By gum, guys! The fifth movie to our favorite franchise is closer than it will ever be now. So, to get into the hype, I decided I'd rank all the four Toy Story movies: Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, and Toy Story 4. From the timeless 1995 film to the 2019 sequel, this franchise has always been something really special to me. And let me tell you, none of the Toy Story movies I dislike. There are just some that are better than others. And since Toy Story 5 is coming super soon, I find it best to go ahead and rank all the films in my favorite franchise. Number 4. Toy Story 4 from 2019. Woody protects a new toy, reunites with Bo Peep, and finds a new purpose helping lost toys find kids. I'll be honest, the film is an absolute blast. It is incredibly fun and genuinely is funny, and really brings a fresh, chaotic energy to the screen. However, looking at the bigger picture, it isn't perfect. My main issue is that the overall stakes feel surprisingly low. The dramatic tension just does not match the emotional weight of previous installments. From Toy Story 3 to Toy Story 4, there was a huge drop on the emotional and physical stakes. Compared to the big thrilling Toy Story 3, Toy Story 4 felt extremely low staked, insignificant, and inconsequential. Even worse, legacy characters like Buzz and Jessie were heavily sidelined. They were reduced to background cheerleaders while the plot focused on Woody. Buzz was mostly relegated to comic relief. Jessie was given almost nothing important to do. While I still enjoy watching this movie for what it is, I can't help but feel a bit disappointed by how these core heroes were treated. Also, one of the main new characters sadly in this movie I heavily disliked, which was Forky. This was a new character to the franchise that I found very obnoxious and really disrupted the film's pace with his desire to go to the trash. The trash, 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 trash. But still, this movie is a really worthy sequel that has many great elements, such as the return of Bo Peep, which was one of the most core parts in Toy Story 4. And also, man, Ducky and Bunny, which were my favorite new characters that Toy Story 4 brought to the franchise. Because, well, they were hilarious. I really enjoyed the new characters like Ducky and Bunny, Duke Kaboom, Gabby Gabby, and all the others. Overall, despite Toy Story 4 being my worst Toy Story and being at the bottom of my list, again, I do not dislike the sequel. I just have some disappointments in the story. But all in all, I found this a super enjoyable Toy Story movie. Number 3. Toy Story 2 from 1999. When a greedy collector kidnaps Woody, Buzz and his friends race to rescue him before he becomes a museum display. It always surprises me how much a sequel can shift the tone of a story and still work perfectly. For me, Toy Story 2 felt very different from the first movie, but in the best way possible. This sequel really gives us a bigger, broader world to explore. One of the things I love most about this movie is the clever hidden little details. Seeing fun nods like the classic "I am your father" reference.
No, Buzz. I am your father.
Shows just how much the creators wanted to make this movie enjoyable for all audiences. It adds a whole extra layer of charm that makes watching it feel special every time. Then, of course, we get the amazing introduction of Jessie and Bullseye. They were huge additions to the team. Bullseye is incredibly sweet, and Jessie, one of my favorite characters in the Toy Story franchise, brings a ton of fun in a really emotional background, like her backstory with Emily, which is an iconic part in the franchise. They fit in with the older characters perfectly right away. They are complete phenomenal legacy characters who definitely belong to the franchise. Overall, Toy Story 2 is just incredibly fun. It balances an exciting adventure with real great laughs. The humor holds up so well, and the adventure always keeps you glued to the screen. It has this timeless magic that simply never gets old. Number 2, Toy Story from 1995. When a shiny new space hero replaces a cowboy doll as a boy's favorite, the jealous duo learns to accept each other. Looking back at the original Pixar film, I am always struck by one major fact. The movie is completely timeless, yet it is so incredibly simple. Compared to the blockbusters we get today, this is just a story about two rival toys trying to get back to their kid. It was the absolute perfect intro to the franchise. It established the rules, the heart, and the magic instantly without needing any overcomplicated lore or unnecessary setup. What really blows my mind when rewatching it is the setting. It's honestly kinda hard to think that most of this movie takes place inside Sid's house. Spending half the runtime trapped in a gloomy bedroom sounds incredibly limiting for an adventure film. But let me tell you, Sid is a fantastic character addition to the story. I love his nasty laugh, his vicious toy torturing, and is perfect cause that is the absolute nightmare for a toy. He represents the ultimate high stakes danger for Woody and Buzz. Overall, Toy Story holds up because it handles the storytelling basics flawlessly. The pacing never drags for a single second. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are absolutely legendary. Overall, it is a timeless, revolutionary, simple, and super fun movie. Over 30 years later, it still feels like pure magic to watch. Finally, number 1, my favorite ever Toy Story movie in the franchise is Toy Story 3 from 2010. The story is about Andy leaving for college, a lot of change to the franchise, and his toys mistakenly get donated to a daycare. They escape a bear and find a new child. My thoughts on Toy Story 3 are simple. It is a truly thrilling movie and the best one in the entire Toy Story franchise. The story is a lot more intense than the other films, offering high stakes and an emotional weight that really connects with viewers of all ages. Lotso also proves to be an incredible villain in this story. The plot twist in him is brilliant because he looks like a cute pink and cuddly teddy bear with a strawberry scent. Yet he hides a very cruel and dark heart with a terrible backstory. This is an element that makes him a great villain. Watching the toys trying to escape his Sunnyside daycare was also, man, it was pure cinema and felt so exciting and was one of my favorite parts in the movie. And also, the incinerator scene. Dang, that part was so well made. The music, the fire, and the emotion all made this one of my favorite parts in the entire franchise. I also really love the chatter telephone in Toy Story 3, an underrated but fantastic character in the franchise. He plays a small but very helpful part during that escape, adding a lot of charm to the Sunnyside escape. When comparing this sequel to the last one, the animation gets so much better. The colors look richer, and the characters have so much detail. While not obviously as good as Toy Story 4's animation, which is super detailed, for a movie from 2010, it is phenomenal. Overall, Toy Story 3 is my favorite film in the franchise. All because of its humor, stakes, emotion, the conclusion to Andy's era, all of it makes Toy Story 3 my favorite movie in the Toy Story franchise. That was it for my Toy Story ranking, guys. I love all the Toy Story movies, from the timeless Toy Story 1 and 2 to the hilarious 2019 sequel. For a refresh of the memory, here is my ranking over here. Number 4, Toy Story 4. Number 3, Toy Story 2. Number 2, Toy Story 1. And number 1, Toy Story 3. I had a lot of fun making this video. And it was so cool to see this video come to life. Remember, this was a fun hype video for Toy Story 5, coming super close that it's legitimately closer than it will ever be now. I am really excited to see this movie, and I also can't wait to post my official movie review on it. But either way, make sure to smash those like and subscribe buttons, and yeah, I'll see you next time in my Toy Story 5 review.